How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another stream. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Thursday. We are going to be playing some SnowRunner again today. Last stream we did get pretty far in the game, or not pretty far in the game, but we got a lot done within that streaming time. So let's go ahead and get into it and let's start playing. Turn on my controller here. All right. Hope everybody is also ready for the weekend. All right, so what are we doing here? I want to say that we're just trying to get all the rest of these watchtowers opened up for the system. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get all the watchtowers opened up. I'm gonna just get into my little Loadstar now that we have the proper suspension and tires on this thing. I would also like to try and get the off-road transmission for this vehicle as well. Please try and get that tonight. I'm going to have to go to the next map over to be able to get that. Alright, so I know this watchtower is over here somewhere. So I'm gonna get this little trail down this way. First, let me grab this task that's over here. Past the task. A little further down. Right, and go up to that watchtower. Boom. Watchtower open. So we got a little further here. Now we have to get to this watchtower over here. So all I need to do is just follow this road all the way. Let's go ahead and do that. So almost to that next tower. Whoops. Oh, the watchtower is right there, right in the middle. You know what? I'm going at this the wrong direction. I need to round and get side. Hey, Kels. No. Well, that's pretty. Hey, like I'm recovering. There's a bridge that's out. Sucks. I have to get there. Well, let's just go what I need. That's wooden plank. I think it's wooden planks that I need for it, but we'll find out. What do I need from this? Smithville wooden planks. That warehouse or old trailers across the way. We're gonna go for the little trailer. Okay. Let's try and shortcut it. We'll see how well this works out for me. Perfect. All right. Actually worked out quite well. Let's go grab this trailer. It's got the wooden planks that I need. That way we can just build that bridge real quick. You can either get another truck to save it, or you can recover back to the garage. Sometimes recovering back to the garage isn't an option because you're on a map that doesn't have a garage, so you get taken back to the closest map that does have one. So if you're on one of those maps, you want to try and recover it with one of your other vehicles if you have enough to recover it. But if you're in a map and you're close enough to the garage, just recover it back to the garage. Take this trailer. Going to go build that bridge. All right, wooden bridge is built. Let's go sell this trailer. That way we don't have to deal with it anymore. Okay, so now let's head back to the garage because I am going to do something rather interesting. I'm going to get this guy. Going to put a fuel tank on him, and we are just going to drive around discovering places. Wait, do I have the most powerful thing? Powerful. Also outfit it. More durable. Take that. Tires, we're good on those big old. Their wheel is on. snorkel on there. Lung supplies. Put the savior on it. Your exhaust. Go with those. Let's give this a cool paint job too. Go with that one. Okay. Let's go to the different maps. We'll be able to discover quite a bit with this truck and a fuel tanker on the back of it. We're also going to try and get as many upgrades as we possibly can. This truck is pretty beastly. I know there's another watchtower over here, but we're just gonna have to make our way to it. Pretty certain this is the shortcut. Shortcut. For this big old truck, it's not. Of course, I would be stuck. Going on here? Feel like Austin Powers right now. Complete wrong direction. Got. Okay. No shortcut. Another trailer right there with some stuff on it. Yeah, no shortcuts. We'll just find the road that we have to go to open up the watchtower, which is just up the way here. See. Yeah, see that shortcut pops you out right there. Pretty certain. Either there or a little bit up the way here. Oh, right there. Across the sketchy bridge. Alright, so I'm coming up to the road, which is right here. Let's see. It's got to be right. That way we can get this watchtower opened up. Yeah, there it is there. Alright. Watchtower opened. So that should open up the rest of the map, at least over on this side over. Yep. So we need to go to Drummond Island. That's where the upgrade is for the off-road, or not suspension, but transmission. All of these little upgrades I can get with the Loadstar once I actually have the off-road suspension. So upgrade down there, sure, there. Okay, we are right here, so we're almost there. Almost to Island. I'm gonna try something here. May work out, or I may end up going right back to the garage. Up and over. No worries. Take your time. And not so much working out for me that way, wasn't it? I hope I'm not having issues with my winch setup, because if I am, I am. Okay. Well, we're just going to keep running it, and if I have an issue, then I'm going to have to close out the game and reopen it because the winch is glitching out. Is it? Nice. Drummond Island. First watchtower. So I need to get to this watchtower. I actually have to go across an unmade bridge that's over. So here, because this watchtower is there. So okay. Just go ahead and go right. So down this road, get to that watchtower. This is going to be super sketchy. Across the way and almost to the watchtower. Alright, first watchtower opened. So there's that. So, in order to get to this area over, I have to cross right here. And that's going to take me over to this side of the map, which I got to get to that watchtower. And I can then drive over here and get that watchtower. I have to drive back and get this watchtower open. But that one, I know for sure I can't make in this truck. I actually need a scout for that, so kind of leave that one alone. All engine damages. I feel like the motor on this thing is not upgraded. It's acting like it's completely stock, even though it has probably the most powerful motor for this truck. So I'm gonna go activate the marker for this bridge rebuild real quick before I go across the river. Quest mark. Well, I guess the quest marker isn't there. Then alright. So I have to cross the river here. In the world. Rank 6, alright. Upgrade there. So support local rangers. I would assume that's where I have to build the bridge to go across here to get that watchtower. Let's go ahead and grab this upgrade that's down here. Off-road. Alright, well that's actually the one that I needed. Sweet. Yeah, Tayga's in there. Let's see here, Paystar. Yeah, that's pretty much all of them. Except for, there's the Western Star, the Bandit, the Caterpillar, the Loadstar. There it is. Alright. That's actually the upgrade that I was looking for. Let's go ahead and hop out of here. I almost feel like the other motor I had in this truck was better. Alright. Joe Task, Forest Ranger in town. Problems. I happen to have a little bridge that could use some repair. You interested? Alright, so let's get... Yeah, so this, I can just grab this little trailer that's over here and take it right over to that bridge and get it fixed. Actually refuel. Tank. No, you're good. I'm just cruising along. I just picked up a trailer with some wood that I need to go repair a bridge with, so. I picked up an upgrade that I needed for some trucks, and now I'm about to go repair a bridge with some wood. That way it makes it a little easier to get to and from. And then we'll continue on our adventures of getting the rest of the maps opened up. Ow. All right, that bridge is built. Perfect. This will take me right over to the gas station. I can just drop the trailer off at the gas station. Yep, still in Michigan. I'm just in a map that doesn't have a garage. No garage, but it has a gas station. I'm just gonna try and kind of drop this trailer off in here. Fill up the disc. Gonna fill up the fuel tank. Alright, where is this other watchtower? Watchtower's down there, but I do need to get this task for this bridge opened up, so I'm gonna run down there real quick. I'm thinking all it needs is wood as well, and then I can do that while I'm on this island to at least get those bridges opened up. Oh yeah, here it is. Bridges and men. Yep, wooden planks. So I would need to go back to the log station. So let's go ahead and get this watchtower. That way I can get that section of this map opened up. If I remember right, there is a truck down the way here that I can get. So let's go down there. Oh, sorry. So, gotta find a way to that watchtower, which is gonna be over. Nope. Alright, so yes, that truck right there is a freebie that I get. So I'm gonna go grab that thing. We like free, right, Mike? Free is good. Free is very good. Yep, there she is. Look at that big old beast. Big old logging truck. All right, let's recover this back to the garage. Let's store you away. While I'm here, let's get the Tayga. Let's put the correct gearbox on there. Off-road gearbox. Let's get the Loadstar. Let's put that gearbox on here. Alright, so now we've got the off-road gearbox on those two guys right there. Okay. Get the Pacific. Let's put... No. Okay. Tires, big old beefies. Inch snorkel. On logging truck. Okay, so let's go back to where I was at. So I'm in Drummond Island. Truck. All right. Now I feel like this truck is too big for this bridge. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's do the task of opening up that bridge. So go here, let's go to bridges and men, start tracking that thing so that way we can go grab this trailer here, and then go down to the log station and get the wood planks, and then we can take it down there to get that bridge opened up. Let's get some gas real quick. Grab this trailer. And away we go. I made it. Now the trick is to open up that bridge. There's, however, a task right here. I'm gonna open up. Two wooden planks for the bridge. Avoid the stump at all costs. I could have sworn there was a upgrade down there, but I'm not for certain. Maybe not. Let's just get this bridge built. All right, that bridge is built. And we're just gonna tip this trailer over. All right, off to the next map. Ow. There's a pole there. Yeah. Big oops. I mean, this truck is slow, but at least it trucks are long. That's all that matters to me. It really helps when doing these maps, especially when discovering stuff. Just gonna leave this trailer here. I don't need to be hauling it. Yep, we're gonna go to Island Lakes now. As like I said, I've got everything opened up with the exception of maybe there is a upgrade down there, but this watchtower, I remember this one and it's a pain. You really have to have a small truck to get to it, so I'll just have to put the scout on the back of this truck that I'm running around now and just drive up over here. Alright, off to Island Lakes. Fuel tank on the back, so that way if I don't run out of gas, as long as I don't blow my motor, I think we'll be okay. Alright, so where are we going to first? So we have a watchtower to the left and a watchtower up here, which that one's gonna be a bear. So I guess let's work on the outside and work our way back in. We'll go left and then work our way back around. So I gotta. And so yeah, Should I be taking this big old truck through here? Probably not. But it's okay. Alright, there is an upgrade up there. But again, that's probably going to be a task for the little truck. I'm gonna have to turn around, go back, hit this road here. It fits, that's it too. It fit. Barely, but it fit. So let's turn around. As long as they fit, right? Off to the next watchtower. Watchtower is right there, so let's figure out how we get to that one. Right there. There's a road going up. Is. Hey. Alright, more opened up. Okay, so now got this all open here. So next up, we're gonna have to go back out, go up, left, and right to hit this watchtower here. Okay. Right, so let's back up. Stuck on a tree. Get this or that's not a task, that's a competition type thing. Going around. Alright, let's see here. There's the watchtower there, so we just gotta follow this road around. I do know there's some bridges that I gotta build in this one to be able to get to certain places, so we'll find those out as soon as I figure out where they're at. Right turn here to go to this watchtower. Alright, so that opened up that watchtower. So now certain I just have to keep following this road. I have to go back up here and come down. That should drop me off over here so I can start. Although I think it might help just go straight down. Oh, one of these roads is kind of a pain in the neck to go to. Trust my better judgment and go backwards. So oh, have a good night, Kels. Alright, coming up is another freebie truck we get, but we have to repair it, so that one I'll save for another time. It takes a lot to repair that thing. Oh, here's the other watchtower. I'm pretty certain there's a upgrade in the thicket over there. Yep, right there. Okay, so that's going to take me to the gateway. Let's go grab that up while I'm in this truck. I appreciate that. Alright, engine. Nice. For the Apache. Okay. That'll help. There we go. Off to the next watchtower. Basically all the tasks, watchtowers, and the upgrades, basically finding all of those. That way the vehicles can be upgraded completely. There's also contracts to do as well. which I'll get to those as soon as all the tasks are done. You basically want to do it in order, pretty much getting all of the tasks done first, because that's what opens up the roads with all the bridges and everything. And then you want to do the contracts, because once all the roads are opened up, then the contracts will be a lot easier to do. Quite a bit, yeah. There's this game you can soak a ton of hours into and still have a lot to do. Right now I'm just trying to open up the watchtowers. That way I know exactly where I'm going. I'm doing tasks as I can, but the main goal is watchtowers and upgrades. You see, that opened up that, which means there's 2 bridges to build, one right there and one right there. So now I can take this road over here up, this watchtower over here. I'll drop me back down, and then I can come over here. This one. I want to say these 2 require the scout to get. None that I'm aware of. As of right now, these are really the only 2, but I mean, Focus Entertainment and Saber Interactive, they have Mudrunner, SnowRunner, Expeditions, and Roadcraft, all of which are off-roaders. Now, Expeditions, that one's more off-road than I would say all of these, just because you're scouting around everywhere. I mean, it's kind of like SnowRunner in the fact that you're doing tasks as well, but it's a lot more off-road. Alright, there's our next watchtower right there. How do I... Okay, so that one's gonna require this. Well, push our luck. Let's see if we can get up there. That would be pretty cool, to be honest with you. Stuck in trees on this one. We're just gonna run this one over. You know, SnowRunner does have a lot of mod maps as well. They make a lot of like off-road vehicles that are mods and then mod maps. So I know there's people out there that will do like rock crawling and stuff like that. Expeditions is pretty fun. Alright, bridge the gap. So now there is the wood plant there. Now we can just go down. Move on to the next watchtower. Work our way through some rocks. How much further we're going to be able to push this one. Let's see here. Swing it wide, see if we can get this go through. Probably not. Can't drive over it. That was the tree. No, there's really not. It kind of sucks. It'd be cool if there was more crawling games. I think that's why a lot of people made like the mod maps for SnowRunner, so that way people could go crawling if they really wanted to. We're just gonna take out trees. Alright, now that I made it out of there, let's repair the truck. Okay, so repair the engine. Repair the gearbox. Let's refuel. Okay. I think there's one more watchtower I can actually get to with this big old truck, and the other one's gonna have to be saved for a scout truck. Possibly. I've thought about it, driving these big old trucks and doing stuff like this. I mean, I've done my fair share of off-roading, nothing like heavy-wise, but something like this, I mean, it could be fun. Let's see if I can get up there. But instead of trying to make that bend, I'm just going to go straight through these trees. I can make it through the trees. Well, I can handle the cold. I mean, it's not like we get hot or like we don't get cold here. I mean, it's not quite your level, but we still get cold here. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's just a DLC truck that I like using. Just so that way I can get through all the mud and everything. This one I know for sure is gonna take a scout truck to get to, so type of off-roading, just your basic off-roading. I've gone up into the mountains. I've taken a truck where you shouldn't have taken a truck, but took it anyways. Gone through a couple mud banks. I mean, it's nothing too heavy, but I have done a little bit of off-road. Too crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and just fast travel back to the house, because the rest of the other one over here, this one's going to be a pain too. So, okay. Let's recover back. Back to Smithville Dam. Okay. Take the fuel tank off this thing. Okay, let's go back to little international Loadstar. There's one watchtower that I want to get that is over here in this map. So this way. Oh. Send it, right? Definitely tried on that one. Didn't want to have to recover back to the garage. That was a lot of red. see. Let's go. Oh, the Loadstar is fun. Like it's a quick little off-roader. And one that can be purchased early on in the game as long as you have the funds to buy it. It's actually a very capable truck once you get the off-road tranny and the lifted suspension full. Okay. There's that. That's all. Yep, that's all the watchtowers. So, I guess now we should probably go upgrade hunt. Solid. Unless you want to see me go to Russia and try and get the tank. I think that's everything for Michigan. -1 or 2. So I've got all of them on this map. Let's see here. Black River, I've got all of them. Drummond Island, I'm missing this one that requires a scout. Island Lake, I'm missing this one that scout. So I guess I can get those two, at least just to get all of the watchtowers. Let's go ahead and recover, because we're going to do something. Let's see here. It is this one right here. Let's see here. This guy right here, the Tuz 420 Tatarin. It's an 8-wheel tank. This one helps scouting quite a bit, to be honest with you. There's just no snorkel option or a trailer towing option for it. And it's found in Tamyr. If I remember right, there's one in the Rift and there's one in Zimnogorsk. There's one in each. Like I said, if I remember right. Okay, so let's go to truck storage. This big old beast. Off-road train. Lift you up. Choose some more knobbier tires. Tires up. Ageable, spare wheel. Let's see. Let's put tow bed on this thing. Go down. That don't look right. Does not like this tow bed. Different tow. I like this one. This one. And that's fair. I mean, you're not wrong. There's something wrong with it. Actually, technically speaking, I need to exit out the game anyways because my winch functionality is messed up. So give me just a minute to exit out and then re-go back in. So that way I can get my winch functionality to start working again. Sometimes it happens on SnowRunner. And the only way to fix it is to completely exit the game and then go back into it. So okay, so it's working again. That might have been what was happening with the bed as well. Excavate. All right, let's head out. I think so too. I mean, you have your people out there that like to rock crawl, which that's great for those people. I was never real big into rock crawling. I just liked going into the mountains and just doing that kind of stuff. So I like going through mud, things like that. Truck's a little crooked on there, but no biggie. A little too fast. Nope. Nope. Crap. Yeah, so when I started this channel originally, I was straight up just building PCs, everything like that. I knew I wanted to start game streaming as well, and I attempted to build a game streaming channel, but it just wasn't taking off as well as I wanted it to. So then I just built, or not built, but just centered everything on my one channel. So if you look through my channel, you'll see where I've done builds, I've done reviews, unboxings, items like that. So yeah, I do build them. Thank you. Oop. Oh, didn't want to go in reverse. That was my bad. When we get to the top of this mountain, I'm going to stop at the trailer store so that way I can refuel and repair this truck for its next little map that it's got to go through. Gets into fourth, it just doesn't want to go very fast. Get it's a tree attachment. Kind of sucks. Well, so it does trailer on. Gonna have to get the gas to last me until we get to gas station in the next map. Okay, what question? I mean, at least with the platform that you have, you can at least get into the i7. If you're trying to save a little money, get into the i7, maybe go to a 20 series GPU. That way you can get some better frames, potentially a 30 series as well. Might see some bottlenecks between 30 series and 1000, but nothing too crazy. I would only suggest full upgrade if you really want to do that. But no, you can get away with doing an i7 and potentially a 30 series GPU. That way you get some modern tech with the GPU. If you're only playing in 1080p, I can see just upgrading your current system. Shouldn't really be too big of an issue there. If you were wanting to go into 4K or higher 1440p, I would say, yeah, you'd probably want to look into, you know, doing a full rebuild. But if you're just doing 1080p, I would just kind of get a little bit higher spec going on your system, but it's definitely doable just upgrading your current system. So no, keeping your 9000 series CPU, but just going to the i7. I don't think they, can't remember when they went to the i9 in Intel, but the i7, so it'd probably be the 9700K, if I can remember correctly. Going with something like that, and then upgrading your 1650 to, I mean, shoot, even a 1080 Ti, a 2070 or a 2080 Ti if you really want to go that high, maybe a 3060 Ti or a 3070 should be pretty solid there. All right, so now this whole map is done, so now I need to just turn around, go back to road, and then that way we head to the next map. Gas station's right here, so that shouldn't be. Yeah, no worries at all. Pretty much, yeah. So putting the Scout on the back means I don't have to burn all the fuel on the Scout to go to the next maps. I can actually just use the Scout for what it's designed for and just scout up a mountain, drive it back to the truck, reload it back on it, and then take the big truck through all the heavy stuff. Because this truck only has a 35-gallon tank, whereas that bigger truck has almost a 100-gallon tank, so just using this solely for scouting helps. Side. One more map to burn through that watchtower, and then I think I'll call this stream. Start again the next one. Let's see. Smart. I'm not sure. It just depends on what I'm doing tomorrow. I might, if there's nothing going on, then I won't mind jumping on and playing some more SnowRunner. Yeah, no kidding. That Loadstar it's a monster, man. Like I said, if you do play this game, that Loadstar is a great truck to start out with. You just have to get the money to buy it. I think it's $17,000 in this game, but it's worth every penny, especially when you upgrade it. You know, I use the Loadstar until I actually go to the Kola Peninsula and get the F750. That truck is a monstrous scout that it's awesome. I actually prefer using the F750 over that tank, because it just does so much better. Hey. Ouch. To unpack the change. Okay. Let's head to Island Lakes. This big old truck's a beast too. I think it's a DLC truck you can buy. Drop for that stump. In real life, probably not, but in this game, that F750, when you do the right tranny, the engine, the raised suspension, the mud tires, it's a monster. I have yet to ever get that F750 stuck anywhere, and you know, the one nice thing about it is that you can add so many body attachments to it for repair, for fuel, for tires, things like that, that it makes it just the perfect scout. You can also put the autonomous winch on it, so that way if you stall the engine, you can just winch yourself out of a situation with the motor off. Like, it's, I call it the perfect scout. All right, next map. Okay, so now I'm just gonna drop off the I would assume so, because there's actually as you get further into the game, so let me go to the global map here. If you go to Tennessee, this is literally a racing map. Like, there's only one map, and all you do is, you know, there's different tasks you can do that just straight up you race. Like, let's see here. You get checkpoints and you have a starting time, complete the qualification race and closing the loop. Qualification race, solar power station delivered to the workshop. I mean, there's a lot that you can do in this one. And we're just on Michigan, right? I've already done a little bit in Alaska, just getting one of the upgrades. I went to Tamyr and got one of the trucks that is really good. But the Kola Peninsula, this is where you get the F-750. And Mandra, that one is a pain, that map. Alright, let's go. It's still regarded as one of the hardest maps in the game, even though we're in year 5 coming early next year. So it's just, that map is probably the one that I struggled the most with, because it has a garage, but you have to build it. And you know, the first time I did a Mandra, the first playthrough, you know, I did that when it first came out, and it took me a good 8 hours just to actually open up the garage in a Mandra, because I kept failing, thinking I was using the right trucks, and ended up having to switch out more trucks just to get to it. Once I figured out how to actually play it though and do it correctly, I was able to knock out a Mandra within a couple hours, helping my friends out. So it's definitely a trying map. It'll test every amount of patience you have. Thinking of just plowing through this. Oh. Watchtower is right there. Oh. Fuck on. Yes, it's that map is a royal pain. Okay, so that opens up this entire map. So perfect. Let's go ahead and recover back to the garage. And what I can do is I can show you, because I do have my other game save on this as well. Let me just grab my other truck here. I'll show you what I'm talking. The reason I like this big old truck is because it has this add-on right here. Big old tow truck. Okay, so let's go to the main menu. I'll go to my other game save and just show you the 750. So, see, I'm currently in Tennessee on my other game save. Okay, so here's the F-750 right here. You know, when you get the big motor, it helps a lot. Custom gearbox, when you get the tuned custom suspension, which lifts it all the way up, 45-inch mud tires, autonomous winch for the Scout, tallest snorkel that you can get for this thing, gaugeable all-wheel drive, and it's all-time diff lock. Pickup bed, you've got the custom pickup bed, the small roof rack, utility mounts, and that pretty much adds everything to this truck. So when you're using it, that's what it looks like. And it's, like I said, I call this thing the perfect Scout. When you refuel, you know, you've got a ton of different options for gas, for repairability. You've got a ton of different repair points on this thing, and it's just, it's a monster. Truck's a beast. Where's the big old... straight. But you get the idea. I mean, this truck is, it's a lot of fun. Let's see here. Let's see if I can make it across this. There we go. That was your little crash course in this F-750. I mean, you have to find all the upgrades for it, and they're spread across the map, but it's nice. And then, so that's the truck. And if you go to the tank, which is this right here, I mean, this thing's pretty solid as well, but as I stated, there's no snorkel attachment for it, so it kind of sucks in that if you get in too deep of water, you'll start ruining your motor. But it's a very capable Scout too if you're just trying to get through mud. It's slow. That's the other problem with it. So, tank's awesome. Yeah, you would almost think it's amphibious, but no, it does not do good in water. The other problem with it is that no option for chain tires. And I found that the stock tires for this thing are better than any of the other mud tires that you can buy for it for whatever reason. But my favorite truck to use as far as like doing tasks and stuff would be this one right here, the 605R. This thing's a monster and it's fun to use. But if we go to global map, I'll show you Kola Peninsula. Lodge here. And no, you can't build that big old bridge. It sucks. So all of this is just snow and ice. Like quite literally snow and ice. And then there's your big bridge right here that you saw at the splash screen. You can't build that. You have to go through this little road here, across the ice, across the water, through these rocks, up and around here, and up right there. And when you're in late COVID, this is late COVID, so your garage is all the way over here. You have to drive through all of this crap just to get to this gateway here, which then takes you to over here on this gateway, and you have to drive this whole way just to get to this section right here where the garage is to accept the task, which is over here actually. Once you accept the task for the garage, then you have to build it, and it is a pain. Like, this is one of the hardest maps I've ever done in this game, and it sucks. But I can just show you that little section real quick. Let me just see here. Road. Let's go to the chain tires. That way I'm sliding. See, and kind of mark where I'm. And you'll see why I put on the chain tires here in a little. Oh yeah, I forgot about that piece. I always forget about that big old branch. Maybe I just block it out. Oh, and then you got the rock path. And then the heavy snow, which I hope you have a good winch. On. It's clear that I'm not going this way. Let's see. Shoot. Let's see. I can't remember how I got through this. Let's see. Let's see. There's a way, I just can't. That way. There. Up and around the. Could have been up in the box. Honestly, I just trugged through this. You have to get close enough to be able to attach the winch to that. That's why I said it helps having the really good winch for your vehicles. That way you can extend the distance. Just here, attach there. Oh. And those are just 2 obstacles to get to the garage. We're not even at the big old bridge yet. Okay, that's ice. Thank you. Up and around the ice. Okay. Next obstacle. Alright, so this whole road is just ice ridden. So that's why chain tires are a must. Yeah, this map is, you start wishing for a lot of stuff. And I think just stuff. Yeah, I just messed up, so back it up. Go to the side here. Around this fallen pole. Oh, okay. Now we can start heading down this way. Let's see. Yeah, we're not even remotely near where we... Up and around these rocks. Come on. Am I high centered? I bet you I'm high centered. Crap. Going. Winch becomes your best friend in this map. Okay. Now we're in the spot where, yeah, we start going down over here because there is no way, and you can't just drive on the black ice over there. No, no. Because... Or wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, you can't drive on this ice. Okay. There's some ice that you can't drive on. Go through here. Yeah, because there's that big old bridge. Guess what? Can't build it. Now, I have to trudge through this little bridge. Up and around. Now you're back on the main road. You're still not even to the gateway yet. You still have to get through all of this, all the way over here, up through here, just to get there. So yes, this map has to be the hardest map I have ever done. And you also got to remember, you're doing this blind, because like the other maps, it's completely black. You have to find all the watchtowers. And you might think you can go left here, but there's about 10 to 20 feet of snow just going from this road to this road right here. And unless you have a proper vehicle, you are not getting there. You can try, I mean, really, the direction that I went, this whole road right here, that is your main road to get to the garage, and then you can go over here. There's also roadblocks along here that you have to completely open up. One of the spots that you have to go to get materials to open up the garage, you have to go way down into the forest over here. And that is no journey, because you have to go up through here, through this little rock canyon right here, and ugh, this map sucks. And I am so happy to be done with it, aside from the logging. But I have all the tasks done. The only contracts I have are logging, and I'm telling you right now, probably not going to do them, because I really hate this map. I did it, and I'm done with it. But yes, it's absolutely insane. You want a challenge, this is your challenge. And see, you could try and go up left through that way, but you start running into the ice that you fall into. And that's an even more of a battle. So, no. Ice tires, good winch, and just a ton of patience for this map. A ton. So, all right, let's go back to where I was. Tennessee. And you can see I'm still in the process of unlocking this entire map, getting upgrades, stuff like that. No, Imandra it's no joke. And that map came out in year 1. and we're already on year 5. So just understand that. I didn't have all of the trucks that I have now back then. Yeah, that was the bridge that you cannot build. I wish you could, because it'd make doing this map a little easier, but no, you cannot build that bridge, fortunately. Back to this one. I'll show you what I mean by going in blind. So go over here to, well, I can't even show you because it's locked. I have to open it up. So this is the lake. If you remember, your garage is here, and you have to go all the way over to this corner over here to even get to a Mandra. But this is essentially what it looks like in a Mandra. Black. And you have to open it completely up. Yay for looking forward to that. But you get the F-750 in late COVID. It's a free vehicle. You just have to repair it and take it back to the garage. But one of the upgrades for the F-750 is in a Mandra, and that's the only way to get it. I think it's either the engine or it's the highest suspension setting. So you have to do it. I wish there was another way, but there's not. So, but all right, guys. I'm going to call it for the night, and I'll keep you guys posted if I get on tomorrow. It just depends on what all's going on. But we'll go from there. Oh yeah, trust me. It's a pain. I didn't use mods at all. Like at all. I used strictly vanilla trucks and only the trucks that I could get. And yeah, it can be done. It's just a pain. So, but thank you guys. I appreciate you watching the live, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night, guys.